Hello everyone and welcome to Channel Duello. This is Jarlaxel and you're watching another Gwent Tech guide on Channel Duello. Okay, so what do we have here today? Nilfgaard's Tactical Decision, which is also a hyper-thin deck. And I think this is one of the two best Nilfgaard deck selections this season, which used to be the same for the last season. But it's even better this season, in my opinion, because monsters are really a pain in the ass for a hyperthin deck. I mean, the hyperthin weren't able to compete with the point slam of fruits and even Koshi decks. But people are not playing those decks anymore. But still, Wild Hunt decks could be a problem, and they can move our Dodric. So that is also a bad matchup. But other than that, I think this is pretty good. But if the opponent is really well and knows how to play your deck, you could have some problems because they will know the, let's say, cons of playing this deck. And but I kind of like it better than playing the Imprisonment deck, because Imprisonment deck really relies on a lot of RNG, such as bribery roll is extremely important. But this deck is mostly reliable. You draw all your cards. You just have to draw them in a specific order. But if you even don't do that, I mean, there are options to modify your hand and deck. That's why I like this deck. I really don't like RNG and uncertainties. So although the deck relies on random stuff, but it's not really random. So let's talk about the deck. I mean, if you are familiar with hyperthin decks, you probably know what I'm talking about, but I'll try to give some information to the newcomers. So, what is hyperthin, by the way? Well, hyperthin decks are usually playing let's say there are 3 big cards, but there's also a 4th card. Playing them as your last 4 cards when you have a single card left in your deck, usually it wins you the game. What are those cards? Well, one of them is Yennefer Divination. Deploy range, reveal a random unit from your deck, then boost an allied unit by its power. So it is random if there are a lot of units in your deck, so the variety will be a lot, and you may not get the power boost that you're looking for. But if you have a big unit like Imperial Golem, normally the drawback of this unit is huge. I mean, it looks like 6 provisions, 12, but when you deploy this, the opponent will reveal a random top unit from their opponent, from their deck, and damage itself by its power, then shuffle it back. So this could get damaged like 8 or 9. So if you do that, the value will be lost. So you usually don't play Golem from your hand, and you prefer to have this in your deck as the single remaining card, so that Divination will find the card that you want. So it's not going to be random anymore. Same thing goes for Triss Marigold. Reveal a random unit from your deck and damage an enemy unit by its power. So it's similar, but you're going to damage opponent's card. And finally, there's Sarthesius. Again, reveal a random card in your deck. If it's a unit, you boost itself by its power. So if there's Golem left, this is going to be 17. But there is an alternative. I mean, for some reason, you failed to thin out your deck, and there are other cards. At least make sure that the other card is a spell card. Because, I mean, if it's a special card or an artifact card, you play it. The worst case scenario, I mean, it's going to play for another, let's say, 5 or 6 points. So you're not going to feel horrible about it. But again, and if you can't find the special card, then the only unit will be Golem, so you're going to play for 17 again. But the ideal scenario is always having the Imperial Golem as the single remaining card in your deck. So how are we going to do that? Well, in Gwent, we play with 25 card decks, usually. And you draw most of your deck actually in Gwent, right? I mean, you draw 16 cards. But I mean, you recycle some cards with the mulligans and stuff, so you don't draw some of your cards. So if you thin an exact number of cards, if you thin out exact number of cards, you're gonna have a single card remaining. So what are your thinning cards? Let's take a look at them. Well, we're running Sunset Wonders. This card is a standard card in this deck because you manipulate your hand and so on with Snowdrop. So thanks to that, Sunset Wonders will come out huge. But most of all, this is a card that draws another card. So this is your number one thinning card. The second thinning card is Royal Decree. This is a 2-torque card, so this card replaces itself with another card. You play a unit from your deck. The second thinning card. Third thinning card is Knickers. Knickers will come out of your deck randomly, but the algorithm works like this. If you have fewer cards left in your deck, the odds of Knickers coming out will be higher. So this is your third thinning card. The fourth and fifth one is Dead Man's Song. You banish 2 bronze cards from your deck. So that's the idea of playing this card. It's really important that you have this in your hand in the first round, but you usually don't. But no worries, you can do that. But for some reason, you know, you drew horribly. Well, if it is still in your deck in the third round, you're basically screwed. Anyway, you get 2 more thinning from that man's stock, so it's 5. And then we have Afan. This is your 6th thinning card. If moved to the top of your deck, summon this unit to the melee row. You can do that with your Tactical Decision Leader. Your 7th thinning card is Blightmaker. There are 2 Mage Assassins in your deck, so you put one of them at the top. So that's gonna be another thinning. So the final thinning card is the single Mage Assassin. Again, using your leader, you put this on the top of your deck and you thin that out as well. So the rules are the rules of playing this deck are really standard. You have to follow them all the time. So those are your thinning cards. If you thin properly, you're always gonna have a single card remaining in your deck in the final round. And what about the other cards? Well, Snowdrop is extremely important. And use this leader, Morvan Voris. You draw up to 3 cards and put the same number of cards in your deck. And when you do that, Snowdrop will boost herself by 6. And if you use her anyway, she's going to be 6. So 6 plus 6, 12. If you draw more cards, she's going to get bigger. And there is this Dodric. This card got a buff. So again, this has become a staple in Hyperthin decks. This is for extra, let's say, adjustment to your hand. I mean, sometimes, there is the risk of Golem not being the bottom card in your deck. So that could cause problems. Dodric is mostly to fix that. I mean, if you have Golem in your hand, it's sometimes better to keep it, so that you send Golem to the bottom of your deck with Dodric. And if there is an agent on the board, he gains sealed, so you can immediately use his ability. And unfortunately, there are not many agents in this deck, only Blightmaker and Mage Assassins. So it's best to use that card after playing your leader and getting the assassins on the board. The next round, you can play your Dodric and make that movement. And when you do that with Snowdrop on the board, Snowdrop will get bigger with Dodric. So you can keep doing that. But if you have the Golem at the bottom of your deck, it could be kind of risky to keep, doing the ability. Why is it risky? Because if you haven't used your Sunset Wonders yet, well, you could draw into your Golem. So sometimes it's better to let Sunset Wonders go off so that you draw your card, and during the final mulligan phase, you can safely return the Golem back to your hand. Because if Sunset Wonders didn't come out in the third round, It's really risky. You can draw your golem accidentally. So keep that in mind. Okay, so what are the other cards? Well, we haven't talked about Vilgefortz. That is the fourth, let's say, Hyperthin cards. If you Hyperthin properly and using Vilgefortz on range row is ideal. You destroy one of either Triss or Yennefer and put Imperial Golem on the board. That is a 5 plus 12 minus 3, 14 point play, which is big. But in certain cases, you can use Vilgefortz early and kill one of the, let's say, opponent's crucial big units. So this could be used as a toll removal. So keep that in mind. You don't have to always, you know, kill your own units with Vilgefortz. And the other cards are kind of, some of them are point slim and some of them are control cards. We're running a single heat wave. And heat wave is always useful, but you could go for Ramon here, but you gotta add, let's say, more soldiers so that especially armored cavalries are important luck units. But instead, I mean, we're running a single heat wave and a single armored cavalry. But don't forget that Ramon is also great with Nilfgaardian knights and Tauruses. So those are also big units. Again, you know, in case you have more than one units in the in your deck, it's better to have these at least, because especially with Triss, they're gonna hit for 8 or 7. And moreover, you need a lot of points when you're playing on blue coin. So you gotta play these units to make up the points, and if you're lucky, Nickers could come out and you can get out of the round easily. And depending on who you play, the meta strategy should be like, you know, win the round, win the first round, and then go for the bleed in the second round. Use your leader, Sunset Wonder, and make a lot of points, and then play a very short round. But it's really important not to give the last say to a opponent that is running Baron, Morkwarg, or something like that, so that your big units don't get answered. In some cases, if you're playing against an aggressive deck, they will try to get the round control. It's okay to give them round control. You can defend the bleed with your leader and probably gain card advantage. I usually go for the second option here, because people are somewhat playing really aggressively on the ladder. I don't know why. So I usually find myself defending the bleed. And if you're playing against this deck, it's really important to bleed this deck, because you could, you know, let's say, I mean, if you push your opponent, the opponent will have to play some of the thinning cards earlier, because their hand may not be, let's say, perfect. But in some cases, it's better to, you know, pass and play a long round. But if you're doing that, I mean, you should accept that the opponent will play the leader, and the leader is giving them a lot of points with Snowdrop and Morwan and Dodric and stuff. That they produce a lot of points. But if they haven't thinned properly, I mean, such as Deadman's Tongue and other stuff, there could be a lot of cards in the deck. So that's another option, playing against this deck. And I think I haven't talked about Alzur's Thunder and Tourney Jaws, so we're running a couple of those too. Just, you know, trying to stay uninteractive and kill maybe some of the crucial engines, especially these are good against Scoia'tael. And that's the deck. I think this deck is very solid, and I wouldn't change a single card in this deck. But you have an alternative. You could go for Madoc on Bomb Motion, remove Heatwave, add Madoc, and remove also Royal Decree, add Ramon. That deck is quite good as well. But I kind of like this better. I think Pajabal was playing with this last season. I really liked it. It's a bit different from that version. I think there's Assassination instead of one single Nilfgaardian Knight. I don't think you need Assassination that much in the meta right now, so I think this is the best version. Okay, so I'm gonna show you two games and hope you like them. See you at the end of the video. Okay, I'm facing monsters. Before I shot this video, I also played against Fruits of Ysgith, and I think these are the only two games that I've played against Bruce this season. Interesting, really. Okay, so this is not a good hand at all. But I'm on red coin, which is a big plus. So let's get rid of the Hyperthin cards, but this is just a terrible hand overall. Good thing is, I guess, I mean, the opponent is guaranteed to push me on second round. So at least I can, you know, thin my deck while I'm defending the bleed. Just trying to stay optimistic, obviously. Okay, the question is, should I use Royal Decree on Blightmaker or not? If I use it on Blightmaker, I'm not guaranteed to draw. Snowdrop, and Snowdrop is extremely important. So I think I'm gonna hold on to that. Okay, so gonna make this even bigger. Just gonna play 3 cards and then pass. What? Why would you do that? I mean, that card could have been much more useful in the following rounds. I'm just gonna play this. What is this deck, by the way? So this is something different, I guess. Well, let's kill that then. The opponent is playing Sunset Wonders as well. What is this deck? Beasts. Okay, it's totally something different here. Beast and the pigs. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna pass here. Okay, extra thing so that I don't have to draw him. Knickers is a he, obviously. Okay, let's try to fix this, and this is horrible, I mean. Okay, good start. Okay, luck is good. I think I'm gonna draw a Blightmaker with this, but I mean, where are the Fawn and Mage Assassin? Okay, not good. Also, no Dead Man's Tongue. This is gonna be really difficult. I'll definitely go for Blightmaker with Royal Decree. When I use my leader, I mean, I need to have those cards in my hand. I may go for Dodric a bit earlier. Bad hit. Where are the self-eaters? Okay, so let's think. Okay, another crone. Lay this on her right side, man. Okay, I think I have to do this. Come on, man. Let's hope he doesn't get locked. What's with the Sunset Wonder, man? Mamuna already? I mean, if I lock that, could see She Who Knows and other interesting thing. What is this hand? Now we go for the luck. I'm not happy with this. That kind of sucks. Come on, man. Do I have to go through all the deck? This is getting a bit ridiculous. Where are the Afwan and... Let's do something like this. This is one of the worst hands that I was dealt while playing Hyperthin. Okay, so I think I sent 3 or 4 cards to the bottom of the deck. Finally. Okay, so let's send this. And this. Play the leader. Okay, this. And this. And pray that Dodric survives. Okay, there is She Who Knows. Five. And the 4. Let's send this to the bottom of the deck. Still playing, okay. Okay, so the lead is what, 21? Well, let's heatwave this. I mean, Golem is at the bottom of the deck, but doing this is bringing me points. Oops, made a mistake here. Now this row is full. I can't play Wilgefortz if I have to. Should have played Wilgefortz on Chief Who Knows and then Heatwave. I got greedy. Oh god, he's playing.
It's crucial not to lose your head.
What is this? I think Triss is the best option here. 38, 32. Well, that is just pure luck. I was, I was gonna be okay with just 5 damage on that. But opponent not doing anything to Dodric really helped me. I mean, I fixed my entire deck. Now I also have a proactive play. That's why I sent Tortoise. I don't think I can lose. Unless the opponent has some weird tech cards. That snatches card from my deck. There was this neutral card, I guess. Yeah, that's tricky. I will only play for 2. Let's just zap that. I don't think the opponent is running self-eaters. Opponent already used Mamuna. By the way, just...
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
Hopefully he isn't running Heatwave.
Malleable as clay, and just as squishy.
So Wilgefortz will play for 14. Killing my own units. Also as well, what is this? Not even Close.
An interesting choice.
Well, Fruits was a really difficult deck to deal with when playing with Nilfgaard Hyperthin, but this went pretty good. Just like my previous game, actually. Let's try one more. Mobilization. I'm on blue coin, which isn't ideal. But I have some, damage cards that could really annoy my opponent. Okay, I'm gonna start with Nilfgaardian Knight, that's for sure. Need to get rid of this. These are good, actually, but I need to look for more thinning cards like Dead Man's Tongue. So let's get... Okay, this is not bad. I need to take one more mulligan. L. Couldn't find another thinning card. That's fine though. Drawing Dead Man's Tongue on round 1 is huge, which we couldn't. Let's hope the opponent doesn't play uninteractive and, just goes for boiling oil or something like that. This is good. Okay, so siege mobilization is confirmed. Okay. And probably revenants and archers. Okay. So if the opponent plays another siege engine, what? The opponent could go for amphibious assault and pull something like reinforced ballista. So that's probably gonna play for 13 or something like that. Do I heatwave this or not? That's the question. I think I need to do this.
You have my thanks.
Okay, so shut up. I should have clicked on Magic Lamp here, by the way, that's a mistake. But maybe I get route control and who knows, I could go for bleed and play a very short round. All tests. What? Why would you want copies of that? What a weird deck. Good to have this, by the way. I kinda needed that extra tempo here. Wow. I got round control and I have the leader and everything. Now let's try to find a couple of proactive plays. These are not that plays that I'm looking for. Okay, I kind of need to send one of the assassins. Todrick is very nice. That Mustang is amazing. Okay, gonna start with this. And let's see what the opponent will do against it. I mean, I could go for a leader here, but I think I should stat my song first. Make this even bigger. This is extremely risky what I'm doing here. Kinda tempting my opponent to play some toll removal. I think I should have been more patient. I just wanted to increase the quality of my draws, I guess. Yeah, there is the heat wave.
You'll never get my rhymes out of your head.
I don't want you. I'm not sure I want you either.
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
Okay. So this needs to go as well.
No stench more foul. Below Evelian!
So let's hope I draw Royal Decree. That's really important.
They charge it. Ah, sword, stop it.
So which one is more threatening? Keep sitting the snow drop. Wait, what? What an interesting deck.
Shit. A fine vintage it would have made.
Yeah, I think I should have played Tourney just before that. Neuromancy. Salt. Into what?
Temeria has yet to speak its last.
What? Well, I'm gonna draw Golem. It's better to have this in hand before making the mulligans, but I'm gonna be passing the here. Lead is too big. Voltest's Bride. Okay. There's no way he can catch up without using the leader. So needs to play a soldier. Or he's just preferring to go cart down. What is going on here? One of the reasons I put shield on this is, you know, absorb one of the trebuchet damage. Okay, so he decided to not use the leader and go cards down. Okay. How is he gonna answer my tall units in the end? Okay, let's draw a royal decree, thank you. So we're gonna decree into Yennefer, or I think I should send Tortoise here. I mean, in case I need to kill something with Triss. But at least there will be a 7-point card. Okay.
The sky'll burn with the eternal fire.
Wait, not using leader? Gotta use leader, man. So what will be your target? The Revenant? Okay.
Tan their black-clad hides, and Sodden will tan their black-clad hides again.
An interesting choice. Aye, aye, sir.
Well, not having shield on it, you know, just disrupts my Triss, so I had to do this. Although it didn't play for a lot of points. So, still no leader. Terrible. Okay, so I need 12 points of damage.
How can I help?
One of the reasons people don't play with mobilization. Okay, so the opponent is doing emote, I guess. We can't hear him. Didn't even use the leader. Okay. Just totally dominated. So it was the right move to heatwave the siege after all. Well, I think playing 2 games is enough to demonstrate the deck. Both games went all right, although there were a couple of hiccups on the road. And I hope you liked it. And if you liked it, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate if you do that. And hope to see you in another Duello video. Bye bye.